What's going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for a very special apocalyptic Transformers review. And today is Friday, December 21st, or the end of the Mayan calendar, which supposedly to some is our doomsday. So I figured, what better toy to review than the Chaos Bringer himself, Unicron. And this is the Amazon.com exclusive Unicron from about a year ago, I want to say. Let's actually get started with his Minicon here, which is Kranix, who is a little planet, and he also has an attack mode, which I think happened in Armada, Energon, Cybertron somewhere. I think Armada. I don't know. I never watched it. Yeah, so he's like a little moon, and he attaches right to the kind of like eye socket of Unicron here. You can also plug in him on any of the ring peg holes right here, or any Minicon for that matter, but it does look a little strange when you have a bunch of construction vehicles and cars and such things like that extending around here. So let me bring this on down. Now you see this plexiglass stand. It's the Chaos Bringer's Throne, I believe it was called. I found it on BBTS about the same time that this Unicron came out. But let's actually look at the Minicon here. So transforming him is really simple. Visible head syndrome, which looks nothing like Kranix. Let's look at a picture quick. So yeah, doesn't look anything like Kranix. Anyway, what we're gonna do, we swivel his little feet down and rotate the actual foot so he can stand on both sides here. Like that, or you can make him have the big feet. Let's give him bigger feet. I think it looks a little bit better. And then what you're going to do is rotate the whole back part of the body around. And we can take this and we'll flip his arm up. We'll flip this around, and there you go. There's one arm. And we'll lift this up again, flip it, rotate it on down, and there's his other arm. So that's Kranix. He's really not all that exciting. He does stand, of course, if you position his weight properly. And there you go, Kranix. So let's go to Unicron himself here. There's really not a whole bunch to say about his actual planet mode. He does have a gimmick for the pinching jaws, which actually close and open the mouth like you saw in the '86 movie. The back, not very impressive. You can totally see some robot parts there. And that's really about all there is to this mode. Now, he does have down here a little Minicon port if you want to plug in your Minicon, such as Kranix, and you can have it here, and he will, if we can do it properly, fire his missiles out. That works in both planet mode and robot mode, and he has one on each side. I'm not going to demonstrate it again. I'll demonstrate the other missile after, but yeah, for now, that's good. So this one had the better color scheme here for the Amazon.com exclusive versus the original Armada Unicron. So that's really what's special about this. Let's get him off of this stand here and actually get to transforming this guy. Because really, there's not much to say about this mode. As you can see, I do have a Galactus, a sharer of the chaos-bringing, world-devouring, apocalyptic time. Maybe that's what's gonna happen today, supposedly. Anyway, to get this guy transformed, I really don't like transforming him according to the actual directions. I really don't like the shell pieces here, which hang off his back. So I kind of do it a little bit differently. Not different too much, but enough. So we're gonna open up the shell first, like this. And then what we're gonna actually do is just carefully pop this shell piece right off. Alright, sorry for the quick jump cut, but one of the two shell halves here was really badly stuck on, and I needed to take them apart off camera to actually get it to work. But you're left with something like this. So what you're gonna do is come down here and split his feet, and then I take these pieces off because they're kind of a pain. All they do is clip right on to the ports on the side. So we'll take these off and we will deal with them after, which leaves us with this little ball of what is Unicron. So what we're first going to start by doing is unplug his hands here and just kind of bring them on out, and then we can go back to his legs here, which just rotate on down and around. You can plug the skirt armor on in like this, and then what we're going to do is come down to his feet. We can separate his legs. To get his foot out, there is kind of a hole here that you can push the little piece of the foot out. So bring this all the way back. That's going to be his heel spur. Just rotate that on around. And we'll might as well rotate the planet halves in the process to make it look like that. So we'll do that all again on this side. Like this. And there are his feet. So you can see that this is a very big robot. And we'll come back to the top now. So, to do the top, what we're going to do is bring his arms on up, rotate these little connectors around, and kind of get everything out of the way so this plugs into place, like so. And we'll do that again for this other side. Like that. You can actually lift this armor up just a little, not much, you can see. It was down like that, and you just lift it to the top, like that. And then we'll come down here, drop this camera a little bit more, and we'll open up these panels here, and we'll bring out his hands. Now he has this hand, which as you can see, glows. And then he has the other hand over here. There we go, leave it like that. And this one is just more conventional, just gray plastic. I kind of wish both were the same and they didn't make the whole glowing feature, but whatever. So you got that, and the final thing to do, well, almost final thing, and this is as high as my camera can go. We take his head and we put this down like so, and rotate his horns on up. And that completes the transformation in the robot mode, except for reattaching his wings here. Now, one thing I noticed that's different with this Unicron versus the old Armada one, you can still see that there are like slots down there, and these guys used to tab in a little bit, and they took that out, and I'm not entirely sure why. But anyway, so we'll take his wings here, which we have in pieces, and we'll just kind of rotate this so it gives him that Unicron look, like this, and we'll plug it on back in here. I really wish those pegs were still there because I feel like it made the wings work way better. There we go. Not the easiest toy to work with, to be completely honest. There we go, we got that. And I'm just off screen doing the other wing here. And we'll attach that here. There we go. And you can kind of situate them however you like. I kind of like to put this piece up here just to try to hold them in place a little bit. And then it's just all a matter of shaping them from the front view here to get it how you want it to sit and look when he's sitting on a shelf, which is not the easiest of tasks. But there you go. You have Unicron, who is a pretty darn big Transformer. I think in my collection he may be officially the largest next to Fort Max, I think. I don't know. I don't think Energon Omega Supreme is. But yeah, so this is Unicron. And he is really quite nicely detailed from head to toe. And being that he's an Armada toy, he does have some little gimmicks. He did have, I believe they were referred to in the Armada toy as like jail cells or something. And they basically go into his legs down here. He has one in his ab area. The door is supposed to fold down, but it's really quite easy to pop it off. He does have, of course, like I said, his glowing hand, which is activated just by pushing in on his hand. Fully articulated fingers on both hands. So yes, you can make Unicron flip people off if that's your so choice. He does have a light up eye gimmick, which is kind of hard to see because it's red. He has a green clear plastic on here that is probably not going to show up. I don't know why they put a red LED in there. That makes very little sense. But he just pushes his head and his eyes flash. Pretty menacing though. I'll take the red eye flash. Now, he also has on the back this Minicon port here, which is going to shoot a projectile straight towards my face when I put this Minicon in. But that's okay, we're gonna do it anyway. So, we take it, we plug it in, and his chest opens up, shooting out a missile. Alright, we had some technical difficulties showing the missile here as it went flying, and I couldn't pick it up without almost knocking over the camera. So, it's a cool little spring-loaded thing that sits like that, and then springs open as it's fired out. Pretty cool. Will get you in the face if you're not ready for it and looking right at Unicron. Notably, his eyes also flash when he fires his missile out. And you just reset it by pushing it on in. The articulation for this guy actually is pretty darn good. You don't really have much going on in the ways of his head just because of all the electronics in there. Unfortunately. So you can't get any really cool poses like that, but everything else is ridiculously good, which is why this is a major body people use to make their own combiners and stuff. So you got a pretty nice shoulder that does have a large amount of side to side, nice elbow, nice swivels, wrist swivels. He's got a waist joint. He's got fantastic range of leg motion. Really solid, stiff knees that get quite a bit of posing out of it. And then, you know, just a little bit of rotation on the feet, but coupled with this twist here, you can get quite a few poses out of him if you so choose. So overall, this is a pretty awesome toy, and it's definitely the best representation of the classic Unicron from Generation 1, at least the movies, that we've gotten. And I really like this guy. He makes an awesome looking display piece. So, this is T2RX6. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. And since it is December 21st and the Mayan calendar has ended, we clearly haven't had any